Hey, what's up, guys? This is Coach Chase Rumor, DFW Penguin Basketball, PENGUINHOOPS.com. Hey, before we get started, guys, man, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Share this with someone that has a kid that plays sports. And I want to get right into this video today. Stuff is slowly getting back to normal, and I'm getting back into the groove of my schedule and how I normally am. So I'm trying to get back into the flow of making these videos again. Today, I want to talk about this topic. Is this team, or let's just put it like this, that team or that player is just not for you. It's not fit for you. It's not made for you. Okay? It is just not for you. And I'm going to tell you 4 reasons why these teams or this player or these coaches or this program is not for you. Now, I want to make sure we're clear. When I'm talking about this today, I'm talking about like summer league stuff outside of school ball. School ball is something that you really can't control. You got to kind of roll with the punches and hope that you get a good pick on what you get. You get a good situation, unless you're one of those parents that are cool with transferring from school to school for your athlete. But we're talking about, you know, my kid is in the 1st grade and they're picking out their first soccer team, or baseball team, or basketball team, or whatever it may be. This team is not for you. This player, as a coach, this player is not for you. And number 1 of the 4 reasons is you get a bad vibe from day 1. And what do I mean by that? The first time you go and try out or have your kid come to practice. Now, you know, like with some gyms, they won't let parents come in and visit tryouts or visit practice and stuff. But as stuff gets slowly back to normal, you'll be able to do that more. And it just depends on what gym you're at. But I'm talking about even before all the COVID situations. You know, you just go into practice and just get a bad vibe. The way the assistant coach is handling stuff, the way players on the team are acting to plays, and things of that nature. You just get a bad vibe. And as a coach, sometimes you can just tell that a parent that's coming into the program is not going to fit what you're trying to do. Prime example with me, I'm all about guys getting better. I could care less if we win a championship in a tournament, or championship, or we go 1st place, or go 8-0, or 10-0, and 12-0 in the league. What I want to do is be able to look back a year or 2 later and say, this kid got extremely better. Now, every kid is not going to reach their goals, but if I'm doing my job as a coach, the majority of my kids are going to get better. But, you know, there are some parents that you know, I tell them my philosophy, they're all about winning, and they don't realize that at the end of the day, you know, especially in the grassroots sports, it's about getting better. But that player and that family is not for me. Same thing if I have a family that comes to me and they say, you know what, this guy's talking about developing and all this stuff. I want to win. I want to have trophies. I want my kid to have trophies around my neck, around his neck. I want to be able to go to the bar on a Friday night and tell everybody that my kid just won a soccer national championship, you know? So, but the vibe is different. You'll be able to tell from your first conversation or interaction with the person if this parent is going to be needy. If this coach is going to be needy, or if this coach is going to be too harsh on my kid every time they make a mistake, you'll be able to tell real quick. So number 1, you just get a bad vibe off the top. Number 2, sometimes players and families, or players and coaches, you know, their personalities just don't match. You know, some parents will rah-rah, yell at the ref, yell at the opposing coach, all of that stuff. Some parents are more laid back, cordial, you know, clap and cheer a little bit. Some parents don't want to be there at all. Everybody is different. Some coaches are rah-rah. Some coaches barely speak or say anything. Some coaches aren't going to really go full all out and back your kid when it's a bad call and stuff. So, after seeing or dealing with this coach or playing for them for a while, or even with this family, you'll be able to see that it's probably not going to work out. You know, and that team probably is not for you. If you're a rah-rah parent and you want to yell, you want to wear the team's colors, and you want to run up and down the sideline and yell at the referees and the opposing coaches and opposing parents, you know, for some parent that's like that, they can tell from the first time they meet me that that's not what I'm about. And some parents that are like how I am, which is what I want, they come and see how I am, and they fit right in. You know, they understand my philosophy. I tell them that. You know, so sometimes just the personality of the coaching staff is just not going to fit you. And that's something you have to gauge and weigh your options. You know, is this fit better for my kid, even though they don't, you know, we don't really too much agree, or I don't really like this coach's personality, or, you know, would I rather have my kid play for a team where I really get along with the coach? It's all on you. And that's another thing. It's all on you or what you want. You know, sometimes you're not going to have a coach, or you're not going to meet coaches in the grassroots sports that your personalities are going to match. So that's number 2. Number 3, the goals are different. And prime example of what I just said earlier. You know, I'm all about kids developing and getting better. I could care less if we win all of our games, right? I can care less if we win a championship. I can care less if we win a tournament or we have nationally ranked players. That's not what I'm about. I'm about getting guys better that need help. Now, do I want to compete in games? Do I want our guys to understand competition? Do I want them to fight and be tough? Yes. But that's not what I'm about. And some parents that I run across, you can tell that they're all about winning and losing. And that's cool. I'm not the guy for you, you know? So if your goals are different, it's not going to work. And that's what I mean. What is your goal with your kid? What do you want him to do? Do you want him to just be included around other kids because he goes to some private school where he's not around a lot of other guys, or they don't have sports at their school? Do you want your kid to become some NBA superstar? Do you want your kid to just make the team and get experience and stuff by being the camaraderie and having friends because they don't have any brothers and sisters or siblings? Everybody's goal is different. Sometimes a team is not for you if your goal is different from the coach, or their goals are different from yours. And the last one, number 4, okay? As a parent, you should not let your kids' friends determine what they're doing in sports. What I mean by that, a lot of people, they have their kids join teams with their buddies, and that's all they're about. From age 5 all the way up to 18 is like, whatever Bobby's doing, that's what we're doing. And you know, sometimes that team is not for you. Your friend's team is not for you. Just because they're playing on the team and your kid's friend is having a lot of success and is happy, it may not be the same thing for you. You may totally dislike what's going on. But just because your friend is doing it, or your buddy as an adult, their kid is doing something, doesn't mean that you have to do it. Honestly, I'll tell you myself, I don't like to have my personal friend's child play for me. Like me personally, I don't even let my friends or family members really have their kids play in my program. I've had plenty of opportunities to have that happen, but that's just not for me as a coach. Why? Because I've seen so many things with people that I kind of know a little bit, and if their kid played for me at one point, it was one thing, everything is cool until there's this one conflict, and instead of coming to you or coming to me as a parent to a coach and just addressing things, some people get really, really sensitive and upset about their child. And if you know them personally, they take it as even more of a slight because they feel like, you know, you're supposed to be looking out for them since you know them personally. So I don't even take parents or take kids from parents that I know personally, though, from friends or associates and stuff like that. It's very rare that I do that, because I don't want to risk my friendship or my relationship with this parent because of one bad game that their kid has, one bad situation. Then they're just upset about one thing that I may or may not have had control over. And it takes a different type of person to be able to handle that with their kid, with a person coaching their kid that they know personally. And it's different on the coaching side, but the same thing I was saying about you guys, just because your friend or the family, their son is playing a certain sport or playing lacrosse or football or whatever it may be, it does not mean that you have to do it. Just because I'm a coach does not mean that my friends have to bring their kid into my program. I'll train you all day, but a lot of times for team stuff, it's just not, it's a conflict of interest at the end of the day, because I'm going to do what's best for me and my program and to keep the team going the right way. And some people feel like since they know you, you're supposed to put their kid over the team, and it's just not for me. And you as a parent, just because your friend's son is playing lacrosse, that does not mean that that's for you. So that whole situation, or that team, or that basketball team that your friend's son or daughter is playing on, it may be a great situation for them, but it's not necessarily going to be a great situation for you and your family. So guys, that's pretty much it, man. Like, comment, subscribe, share this with someone that has a child playing sports. Those are my 4 reasons why that team, or my 4 reasons why that player or family is not for you as a coach. 4 reasons why that team is not for you as a parent for your child. I'll see you guys later.